Nyamira. My name is Agnes Kavindo Mudhama, the Senator for Machakos County and a member of this committee.
Thank you, Chair. Karibu, Excellency. My name is Senator Hamida Kibwana, member of this committee.
My name is Godfrey Osotsi, Senator of Vihiga County and chairperson of this committee.
Yusuf Shimoy, clerk to the committee.
Eric Mani, clerk to the committee.
Jeremy Chabari, legal counsel.
Godfrey Ya, clerk to the committee.
Victor Kimani, Hansard and Audio.
Frederico Masaja Tata.
Atiba Omar, clerk to the committee.
CP Canada, what fiscal analyst?
Are we done with the stuff? Okay, partners.
Good afternoon, Chair, honorable members, Your Excellency the Governor. My name is Mark Kashanja, Office of the Auditor General, Legislative Relations Office. With me is the officer responsible for the client before us. Please put yourself on record.
All protocols observed. My name is Stephen Waweru, Principal Auditor from the Office of the Auditor General.
Dr. Jackson Dunga from the National Treasury.
Good afternoon, Chair, Honorable Senators, Your Excellency and your team. My name is Constance Wasike from the Office of the Control of Budget.
Very well. Governor, now it's your turn.
Thank you, Honorable Chairman. My name is Amos Nyaribo, Governor for Nyamira. Then we start from my left.
Chair and Senators. Chair and Honorable Senators, my name is Dr. Matiangi John, CCM in charge of water, environment, mining, climate change, and natural resources. Nyamira County.
Chair, honorable members, all protocol observed. My name is Andrew Wangere, the Chief Officer Health.
Chair, my name is Rasta Zorina, the County Attorney.
Chair, my name is Jack Magara, the County Secretary and Head of Public Service.
Chair, my name is John Somwenga, Assistant Judge of Finance.
Chair, my name is Ruben Momanyi, Accountant, Nyamira County Referral Hospital.
Chair, my name is Dr. Sanath Maobi, Chief Officer in charge of Finance and Economic Planning.
Chair, my name is Dr. Jared Oeba, County Director of Medical Services.
Chair, my name is Charles Otuli, Advisor of the Governor.
Chair, my name is Robert Laban, Director Communications.
Chair, my name is Dr. Donald Mogoi, CC Member for Health.
Okay, welcome. So the next item is administration of oath of witness and tabling of documents. And the Governor, on behalf of your county, you will assist us in this, assisted by the clerk. The clerk.
I, Amos Nyaribo, do solemnly swear that the evidence that I shall give before this committee in respect of the matters before the committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Very well, you can proceed to table the documents that you have. Okay, thank you very much, Governor. So, honorable members, the next agenda is there is a variation on that agenda. You have seen that there were 3 entities whose reports we were going to examine. That is Nyamira Water and Sanitation Company, Nyamira County Referral Hospital, and Nyamira Municipality. That is the answer to restarting. As you are aware, Nyamira Water and Sanitation Company has just started. So they don't even have audited reports. And it was started courtesy of this committee, where we said they need to decluster from Gusii Water. So I think we are not going to consider that. We will only consider the Nyamira County Referral Hospital and the Nyamira municipalities for the financial year 2023-2024. Honorable members, I had excused myself, so I'll be vacating this seat because, as you know, I have other national responsibilities to undertake, and therefore, and my vice chair is not here, so I have appointed temporarily Senator Chimera to chair the meeting, and one of the returning members, Governor, most of the members here are new. One of the returning member, Senator Hamida, will be there to guide, and the clerk, of course. So, Senator Chimera, you can assume my seat and chair this meeting on those 2 reports. That is Nyamira Municipality and the Nyamira County Referral Hospital. So thank you very much, Governor, for coming.
Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. I hope the chair fits me. Okay. I think we'll pick up from what our substantive chair has left, having varied agenda item number 4. The report for Nyamira County Referral Hospital. I don't know whether all your officials are here.
Chairman, yes, I'll be handing it over to the Minister in charge of Health, Dr. Mugoi, to take us through, because I have some. Over to Dr. Mugoi.
Okay, when that time comes, we'll ask you to designate Dr. Mugoi. Okay, Auditor.
Yeah, Chair. Thank you, Chair. In this report of Nyamira Referral Hospital, the documents were received in time, so we had enough time to peruse them. We had 5 issues that we raised, and we had one issue on qualification. And thank you. We had 1 issue on qualification. We had 3 issues on lawfulness and effectiveness in the use of the public resources. We had 2 issues on report on effectiveness of internal control, risk management, and governance. So out of the 5 issues, 3 were addressed, 1 was not addressed, and 2 were partially addressed. Actually, there were 6 because there is 1 for the prior year. So there were 6 in total, and 3 were addressed, 1 was not addressed, and 2 were partially addressed. So I need your guidance whether to just continue with the one that were not addressed, or we carry on everything, all the paragraphs.
Since those that were addressed, we can adopt the responses as table.
Yes.
We just go straight to those that were not addressed or partially addressed.
Okay.
So those will be 3 issues, right?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
So number 1 is on, that is on unsupported property, plant, and equipment, which was partially addressed. But I think it's the best way is to read the entire paragraph so that each one of us can understand the content. So number 1, which was partially addressed, is and it was a qualification paragraph, is on unsupported property, plant, and equipment. The statement of financial position, together with the note 19 to the financial statement, reflect Kenya shillings 573,415,115 in respect of property, plant, and equipment. However, management did not maintain an updated asset register detailing the dates of acquisition, cost, supplier location, depreciation, identification number, and disposal, and other details to control its asset. Further, 8 hectares parcel of land and all the buildings within the compound of the hospital were not included in the asset register. In addition, there were no handing over reports and ownership documents for the reported asset, including land, building, motor vehicle, plant and mechanical equipment, and other assets owned and operated by the hospital from the county government of Nyamira. In the circumstances, the accuracy, completeness, ownership, and valuation of plant, property, and equipment, balance of Kenya shillings 573,415,115 could not be confirmed. So that is the issue.
Governor, response?
As I said before, I hand over to my Minister for Finance, for Health, Dr. Mugoy.
Daktari, proceed, please.
Thanks, Chair. We take note of the auditor's observations, Chair, that yes, during when they were doing the audits, the hospital assets register had not been fully updated. This is because part of what was needed for updating was evaluation and handing over of assets to the county government of Nyamira by the IGRTC, a process that was not complete because they had only handed over motor vehicles to us, and we updated the motor vehicles. However, as a management, we've already undertaken to value these assets and get the ownership documents, and we've already engaged our government valuer to do the valuation of the land, the building, plant, and equipment.
Waziri, just a second. Yes. Could you please read your response as what you table and what is captured? Just word to word.
Okay. The management takes note of the auditor's observations that the hospital assets register was not fully updated at the time of the audit. This is because the Intergovernmental Relations Technical Committee, IGRTC, did not complete the process of valuing and handing over of assets to the county government of Nyamira. The county government of Nyamira only received the valuation reports for motor vehicles as per the attached annexure. However, we wish to confirm that the management of the hospital is in the process of updating the assets register in the format stated in the audit reports as per attached annexure. To this end, the county government of Nyamira has engaged a government valuer to value immovable assets, including land, building, plant, machinery, and equipment, as per attached annexure. The valuer is currently on site and has submitted the first partial report on valuation of the hospital land, as per attached annexure. The remaining reports on valuation of the other hospital assets are expected to be submitted soon, and the assets register will be updated accordingly. In regards to the transfer of assets by the county government to the hospital, and to the extent of the existing laws, the hospital is an entity of county government of Nyamira and does not exist as an autonomous institution. Therefore, the hospital assets are held in trust by the county government. We've annexed the updated hospital asset register, the IDRTC handover report to the county government of Nyamira on motor vehicles, valuation reports for Nyamira County Referral Hospital's land, and appointment letter as a valuer for hospital property, plants, and equipment.
Thank you. Auditor? Any comment?
Chair, that is what was presented to us, and that's why we actually concur that it is partially addressed, because only part of the report has actually been received on valuation of land, but for the building, the report has not been received. So the asset register is not complete, because even the other equipment of the hospital, their value has not been identified by the same valuer. So this is work in progress, and it is partially addressed.
Auditor, before I open the floor to members, when you say the issue is partially addressed, what exactly is outstanding for benefit of the committee?
Yeah, Chair, it's partially addressed because the entire report has not been received to the county government from the valuer. So the asset register cannot be completed and or updated. So part of it, we have the value of the land is actually 400 million. Already it has actually been identified, but for the building and equipment has not been identified.
Members, any comments? Senator Mbugo?
Thank you, Chair. First of all, it should go on record that the annexus 10, which is the county government has presented, is not very clear. And you know, some of us are aging, we are really struggling to read. So, Governor, next time, at least your team should make a clearer copy. Chair, on the issue of the hospital not being autonomous, I would want the legal counsel to clarify on this issue, that the assets of the hospital can be held in trust by the county government. What does the law provide?
Legal counsel, you can clarify that, or we give you more time?
Kind permission, Chair. The public finance management, that is the county government regulations, Regulation 132 on the responsibility for asset management, is the accounting office of a county government who is supposed to take full responsibility and ensure proper control systems exist for assets, and that preventive mechanisms are put in place to eliminate debt, security debt, the rates, losses, and wastage. And the responsibility for county government inventory is upon the accounting chair. So,
by the hospital.
Mark,
you have something to say before?
Yes, Chair. Maybe just to comment that under the FIF Act, so Chair, maybe the legal can also look at the FIF and
I'm just wondering why the valuation of
government valuer within to do that valuation. And they started the exercise, I think, in January 13th. They are still valuing. Hospital equipment are also a little bit specialized than motor vehicles and other equipment. So that is why the value has taken some time, but we are hoping that before closure of financial year, we shall have a evaluation report for our hospitals, so that the next financial year we will be able now to have a full report. Chair.
Chair, my question is, why should they wait until the auditors come and ask for this, and they know already that those properties must be valued?
I think, Governor, what Senator Kavindu is trying to find out, this is a cross-cutting issue. These guys come to your entities, and in most cases, information is never available in good time. So when you come back here again, we are either forced to reopen that audit, which is very unlawful. So she's just concerned, not necessarily on the asset register, but at the time the audit is being undertaken, do you provide all the documents, or you allow these guys to go, and then you come and say, here are the documents later? That's what the senator is trying to find out from. Any comment on that, perhaps?
Chairman.
Governor?
Chairman, this is actually the duty of the de facto transition authority, whose duty were taken over by RTGC. So it's not our duty. It's only that we took it up after the audit query. They are supposed to do all assets and hand over to the counties. It's not our duty, actually.
Fair enough. Treasury, I don't know, I understand there are specific templates on the asset register. Has that been circulated to the counties?
Yes, Chair, the asset template is available in our website. And I think even under the PFM Act, that is 136, it is indicated that an asset register has to be in place in the format that is prescribed by the National Treasury. So I think, Chair, maybe the issue could be, the issue could be the management, meaning the capacity issue, because even as we check on the hospitals, there are public sector accounting standards that requires that all level 3 and 4 hospitals have to have their separate accounts, so that they make their separate financial statements for them to operate. And this one is done so that we have some comprehensiveness in reporting and also accountability and transparency. Because sometimes when a hospital, meaning the county executive, buy an equipment for the hospital, it is very hard for us to trace where that equipment has been. But if it is done in that facility, it is very easy for the management to know how to go about the transparency and accountability of those purchases. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. I was listening to you, and I was looking at the faces from Governor's team. It appears whatever you are saying, Daktari, is Greek to them. Either they've heard about this template today. Are you guys aware that there's that template? You all looked perplexed. There's a template for this asset register, Governor. If you're not aware...
Chairman, we are not aware, and they should address this intergovernmental technical committee where they are not valuing the assets and handing them over to the government, county government, officially.
It's actually a query from my colleague, Senator Kavindu. She's asking...
Yeah, let me ask.
Okay, ask on your own.
Yeah, I'm asking because in my question you said that is not your work. Then how is the Auditor General posing it as a question to you? And where is the Auditor General? Now this goes to you, Auditor General. Where does this query go to if it is not the work of the county government for the evaluation?
Proceed, Auditor.
To us, it is a work of the county government as per the template provided, and even the principle, that is the accrual accounting concept, require that to be done.
That is why I asked, why do they wait until you go to the ground to pose a question for them to start looking for the valuers to do valuation for the properties?
The response from the auditor and the query from my colleague senator here, you cannot run away from this issue. You cannot use IGTRC as a scapegoat for you not doing your work. These assets, by the way, are assets belonging to Nyamira Referral Hospital Level 4. So they are indeed your assets. They are not assets for IGTRC or the auditors or the senators. So it is incumbent upon you to be able to value your assets without even waiting or awaiting IGTRC to come. That's why this is an audit query.
Chairman, that's why we have taken it upon ourselves. But surely this is a duty of Intergovernmental Technical Committee, because these assets belong to the national government. They have to value them and hand over. That's why the auditor is not addressing the issue.
So, Governor, we understand your concern and where you are coming from. Now, let's give direction on this query. Timelines, how much more time do you require to finish this exercise? Waziri, now that you've already started the valuation, I think you have a draft valuation report or something?
Yes, we have a partial one for the land, yes, which has been valued at 400 million. We are remaining with the buildings and the equipment. And our take is that if you give us till closure of this financial year, we'll be able to, so that we include it in the next financial statements.
Waziri, that is a lot of time to do this exercise, Waziri. You have a government value, isn't it?
Yes.
Domiciled in Nyamira, or you borrow from another county?
So the value is domiciled in Nyamira.
I don't think he or she is that busy to ask for that time. Can we give you 3 months?
Yeah, 3 months.
3 months is fair with you?
Yes.
If you have any challenges, please write to us, then we will address it at that point in time.
3
So
months.
we direct 3 months for the asset register to be updated.
Thank you. Okay. Chair. Yes, there was a credit which was to be made by the legal counsel on the hospital being an autonomous institution so that they can own the assets.
I thought Mark had
The legal counsel was to make the
Or
credit.
you want a specific provision in law?
Even Mark wanted the legal counsel to make a clarity on that.
Mark was clear on FIF. and Governor, you know, these entities, the municipalities, the hospitals, should be autonomous. Give them full powers to operate. It's going to put you away from a lot of trouble. Give them all the functional autonomy, give them the financial autonomy, so that when you come here, they hang themselves and not you. Okay, Governor? So,
Chairman, we have already done the operational part. We have an act already pending for the cabinet to make the hospital fully independent with the CEO and everything.
Fair enough. Do you still want to give us the legal provision?
I think that's, as Mark had said earlier, I think hospitals, they have that autonomy. And then there is section 153 rather of the PFM on the accounting officer to be responsible for managing assets and liabilities of county government entity. And it reads that the accounting officer of a county government entity, and for this instance is that hospital now is responsible for management of the entity's assets and liabilities, and shall manage those assets in such a way as to ensure that county government entities achieves value for money in acquiring, using, or disposing of those assets. And then the other issue on the assets that accrue to a county government entity by operation of the law, that is, maybe this one can also refer to when assets are transferred from the national government to the county governments. And this is under Regulation 135 of the PFM, County Government Regulations. And the Regulation 135 is on assets accruing to the county government by operation of the law, where it reads that where any money, property, or rights accrues to the county government by operation of the law, the county treasury may exercise all powers, authority, and prerogatives and fulfill any obligation on behalf of the county government. Maybe that's where the county was coming from, through you, Chair.
Okay, Senator, with a lot of humility.
No, actually, he has said the same thing. I wanted to put the same thing. I just realized that the accounting officer cannot skip this, Excellency, because it lies, the responsibility lies with the accounting officer. And that's from 149 to O. And the last one says, ensure that respective county government entity has adequate systems and processes in place to plan for, procure, account for, maintain, store, and dispose of assets, including an asset register that is current, accurate, and available to the relevant county treasury or the auditor general. So actually the responsibility squarely lies on the accounting officer. I can't skip it.
Okay, I think we need to make progress in the interest of time. We've made the directions to Governor and your team. Just before we proceed to the next query, let me allow my two colleagues to go on record. Senator Siengo, perhaps go on record.
Thank you, Chair. Good afternoon, Your Excellency and your team. Senator Beth Siengo from Kitui County, a member of this committee. Thank you.
Yes, please, proceed.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Paris Tobiko from Kajiado County and a member of this committee.
Next issue, Auditor.
Thank you, Chair. The next issue is on unlimited housing levy and National Industrial Training Authority payments. Let me go through it. The statement of financial performance as disclosed in Note 6 and 9 to the financial statement reflect cashew employee wages amounting to Kenya shillings 1,988,197 and 3,732,470 respectively, totaling to 5,726,657. However, a review of the hospital cashew employee payroll revealed that the facility did not remit to the National Industrial Training Authority, that is NITA, cashew employee deduction for the period under review. This is against the Industrial Training Act, Section 5, Cap 237, which require employers to pay NITA at a monthly rate of Kenya shillings 50 per employee. In addition, housing levy deduction were neither deducted nor remitted to Kenya Revenue Authority. This is contrary to the Financial Act 2023 that introduced the levy to all employees with effect from 1st July 2023. Failure to remit these levies could attract unnecessary penalty. In the circumstances, management is in breach of the rule.
Governor, your response?
The management acknowledges that at the time of the audit, the hospital was neither deducting nor remitting housing and training levies. However, the county government of Nyamira has since engaged KRA and NITA to seek guidance on how to levy and remit contributions for cashew workers. And we've annexed a request for guidance letter to NITA and KRA.
Auditor, is that sufficient?
Chair, since they have reported themselves to KRA and NITA, I think we can rest assured that we'll be given the right verdict, and I know those arms of the government will do justice. I confirm the letter is there. They have already written to the two bodies, and I think to me I felt they have already reported themselves, and I have indicated that the issue has not been addressed.
Governor, do you have a county attorney here?
We have a county attorney,
yes.
But before he talks, Chairman.
Yes.
For casual reparers, whom you pay daily or weekly, it's very difficult to levy them housing levy. That's what we want the guidance from KRA as well, how we can levy a casual worker housing levy. I think it's simple as that. We are unable. We need guidance. We are still waiting for their response.
Okay. Before I allow my colleagues to weigh in, your county attorney has been in office for how long? He's here.
He's here maybe 2 years.
2 years. So at the time you guys were not doing these deductions, he was in office. Isn't it? And by the way, where is that letter to KRA? We can't seem to have it in our records. Maybe you can point us to the annexure. County attorney. You know, the governor is not an angel. There are many things he might seek legal counsel, especially on statutory obligations, such as these ones.
Yes, Chair.
It's not your duty and role to advise governor to comply with these kind of laws.
Chair,
And you know you're my senior, I'm really constrained to ask you certain questions out of seniority in the profession. But then again, yes, proceed.
I understand, Chair. This issue actually had not been brought to my attention. The moment it was brought to my attention, I did advise that this is payable, although the issue, as they have indicated, as His Excellency has indicated, was that the mode of payment, because of the fact that the employees were on casual and on payment on a kind of a daily basis. That's what I think the issue. It's not on the issue that it's not payable. It's on the mode of payment. So I think it had not been brought to my attention earlier.
But counsel, you earn a salary, don't you?
I do.
You have a payslip.
I do.
That you dutifully look at it when your money comes to the bank.
It's true.
That payslip should have shown you that you are not deducted on housing levy, isn't it?
Yes.
So as a good Kenyan and being the legal counsel you are, of senior and high reputation, you should have asked Governor, how come my deductions are not being deducted? Then it becomes an issue, but nonetheless, that's fine. And we take note of the fact that you're seeking guidance on carry on casual laborers, that's okay. Any comment from this side? Senator Kavin?
Chair, I just needed to know from the legal team what the law says about casual laborers and those deductions.
Legal, are we able to answer that now, or do you need some more time a bit?
Maybe, and that is the Affordable Housing Act, and on the imposition of the levy, that is under Section 4, where the section introduces the levy known as affordable housing, and then the rate at 1.5% of the gross salary of an employee or the gross income of that person received or accrued, which is not subject to the levy, and then the obligation of an employer. I think that's where it's the relevant part, that is Section 5, where it states that an employer shall A, deduct and remit amount referred to in Section 4, to in the form from the gross salary rather of an employee, and remit an amount equivalent to the amount deducted under Section 4(2)(a) to the collector, and then without prejudice to the generality of that Section 6 on exemption from imposition of levy, any person who complies the provisions of Section 5 shall not be liable to pay the levy under Section 4(2)(b). So,
Chairman.
Yes, Governor.
Then
there's a point of order here.
Yes. Proceed.
These are casual laborers. And by law, taxation laws, if you are earning below 25,000, you are not supposed to be taxed, in particularly payee. So these are people who earn much below that. How do you levy even that housing levy?
I think the good thing, Governor, you've written to carry, isn't it? that's an issue that you've asked KRA to give guidance. And of course, with all relevant subsisting laws, then KRA should be able to guide you accordingly. But for those guys who are entitled to pay housing levy, all of us in this room pay housing levy, and the whole mechanics and economics around the affordable housing program, Governor, you know all the benefits of the affordable housing program.
By force, by fire. I don't know the benefits.
Let's not go there, but since it is in law, and we want to be a county that is compliant with the laws, let's just comply. These are the issues of benefits here and there. Yes, County Attorney.
Chair, actually, it's only the issue of casuals who are not, but all the other employees are paying.
Ah, okay, perfect. Yeah. So then we are waiting for KRA guidance. You've taken yourself to KRA. I know KRA will come back to you. Auditor, we are okay up to that level? Okay.
But Chair, before we leave there, about the casual laborers, it's not anywhere in the law. Now, how will the governor really deduct the affordable houses tax, and where does he send it? And I mean, to me, I think I support the governor fully by fire, by.
Oh, okay. Let's.
Chair, I think.
Let's proceed, Paris.
I think, Chair, I think Senator Agnes had sought clarity from the legal counsel to read for us the Housing Levy Act and confirm to us whether it excluded a category of Kenyans from contribution. I think that is it.
Through you, Chair, there is section 6 on exemption from imposition of levy, where the Cabinet Secretary, for the time being responsible for National Treasury, may, on the recommendation of the Cabinet Secretary, that is for housing, provide by notice in the Kenya Gazette that any income or class of income or any person or category of persons shall be exempt from application of Section 4 to the extent specified in the notice. So this has to be done by the CS for National Treasury, is the one to exempt a certain class or income from payment.
I think, Senators, let's not belabor so much on this issue because, number one, the record is very apparent that the government of Nyamira, County Government of Nyamira, has sought advisory and guidance from both NITA and KRA on this specific class of people, whether they should remit or not. And the law, again, as read out by council, specifically gives powers to the CS Treasury to gazette if that exemption is to happen. And since your latest dated, I think, 7th of January this year, have you received any communication from KRA, perhaps? Not yet. It will come. So when they respond to you at that point in time, if you need to comply by deducting, you comply. If they'll be gazetted to, be exempted, then the better for your people. But let us allow a chance to build houses for the local Aslam Wananchi. Let us proceed, Auditor, the next query. Yeah.
Yes, Chair, the other paragraph is on wrong outstanding trade and other payable, which we have indicated that the issue is partially addressed, and let me take the committee through the entire paragraph. That is on wrong outstanding trade and other payable. The statement of financial position, and as disclosed in note 20 to the financial statement, reflect a trade and other payable of Kenya shillings 28,868,885. The amount related to the supply of goods and services as at 30th June 2024, and which were not settled in the year under review, but were instead carried forward to the financial year that 2024-2025. Further, review of the supporting schedule indicated that bill amounting to Kenya shillings 10,667,762 related to prior years. Management has not explained why the bills were not settled during the year when they occurred, and did not provide justification for non-payment of wrong outstanding pending bills, which should have formed the first charge in the subsequent year budget. The non-payment of supplier may result in supplier withholding their services, and the hospital may incur an avoidable and unnecessary cost of interest and penalties on pending payments.
Thank you. Governor?
Waziri, the management appreciates the auditor's observation that at the time of the audit, the hospital had pending trade payables regarding to KEMSA of 13.9 million, 13,925,207, Kenya Power and Lighting Company of Kenya shillings 7,536,092, of Busi Water and Services Company of Kenya shillings 915,916, Kisi Security Guards of Kenya shillings 3,360,000, and other general supplies of Kenya shilling 10,667,762. However, it's important to note that this was occasioned by unrealized revenue on unremitted payments of Kenya shillings 33,619,912 from NHIF as per attached annexure. However, the hospital management has progressively reduced its liabilities from Kenya shillings 28,868,885 to Kenya shillings 20,132,132,793 as per breakdown. Kenya Power, we have cleared the 7,536,092 as per attached annexure. Wasco, that is Busi Water, we've paid 400 million as per attached annexure, 400,000. Kisi Security Guards, we've paid 800,000 as per the attached annexure. Through the county government, through the Department of Health Service, has also committed to settle the KEMSA bill of 13,925,207 as per attached annexure. The management commits to pay the outstanding payables once the hospital receives the order reimbursements from NHIF of Kenya shillings 33,619,912 as per attached annexure. We've annexed the SHA letter on NHIF claims in terms of pending bills and copies of payment vouchers for Kenya Power and Lighting Company, Wasco, KEMSA, and Kisi Security Guards.
Auditor?
Chair, there seems to be good progress in settling the outstanding debt. However, we felt that it is important for us to table this matter into to this committee and indicate that the issue is partially addressed because the entire debt has not been settled. But there is a good progress in settling the outstanding bills.
From the 28 million, since there's good progress, how much have you cleared so far, Governor?
8 million.
8 million. So you have 20 more to go.
And the debt for
NHIF
is yet to be paid.
Members, you know, this pending bill issue is really quite an issue. I just came from a meeting in another committee and we were just discussing pending bills, but it was specifically in regards to legal fees as pending bills. But then again, there are many other pending bills, general supplies, bills owed to suppliers like KEMSA. And I don't know whether you're still receiving drugs from KEMSA, in as much as you still have, and it's quite a good, I'm seeing the figure is quite okay, it's a fair figure. Other counties, when they come before us, they have crazy figures owed by KEMSA.
We always try to pay, but their stocks are not up to 100. Okay.
So your issue is payment from NHIF. That's the only payment plan you have. That's the only payment strategy around it. You get money from NHIF
related to the hospital because that one is indebted to the hospital. That's why we're tying it to the hospital. But still, we have tried to pay from other sources.
Chair.
Yes,
Chair, I had...
let's start with Siengo.
Thank you. I have two concerns. One is to ask His Excellency, why were the debts delayed? Why the delay in the first place? Number two,
I've seen that you have pending bills with NHIF. Now, in the harmonization from NHIF to SHA, do you have any challenges, or the transition will be smooth? Thank you.
Before you respond, maybe Senator Kavindo, your question, then they respond.
My question was almost like that, but my question is, has the governor communicated with the NHIF, and what is their response about the 33 million? What is the plan of their payment to the hospital?
Chairman, I think that's the issue which has already been addressed by the President, and he has assured the country that the NHIF debts will be paid in installments, but we don't know up to when, but they will be paid. SHA is different.
Maybe on the transition from NHIF to SHA, I think as a county, we've had a smooth transition. We are currently able to do our claims or reimbursements to SHA, and we are getting our payments from SHA. So part of the money that we paid is actually what SHA has paid us, is what we've used to pay the 8 million, and we're hoping as SHA continues paying us, we will be able to clear this debt. But we require the 33 million from NHIF. So if they pay us, then that will make us be in a better financial position to possibly clear most of these bills.
Governor.
Why the delay? Why the delay? Not answer.
Want to explain why the delay, Waziri?
Delay in paying the bills is because we remember last financial year, NHIF, even clearing Linda Mama, they took to clear the Linda Mama, I think in September, October, which is in the current financial year. So those long delays in getting reimbursement from NHIF also meant that the hospital, the only money that they could possibly rely on was what patients pay from out-of-pocket payments, which actually is 20-30% of what we expect as hospital revenue. So that 20-30% cannot help us, could not help us to clear these bills. So we needed to get money from NHI for us to be able to pay off.
Governor, you know, you are putting a lot of emphasis on you receiving funds from NHIF, then to clear your payables. But then again, sisi Waswahili husema huwezi lipa deni kwa deni. If the payment does not come through in good time, now that there's a lot of the pending bill, I think in NHIF is close to 48 billion, if I'm not wrong, and government is supposed to do a comprehensive, audit of that particular pending bill. So that tells you that this money might not be forthcoming anytime soon. What other strategy do you have towards paying? Because I'm seeing there's a service rendered by KPLC. I'm sure you have machines that are being run by KPLC. You need to pay your power bills. You have a service rendered by Kisi security guards, very crucial service on your security in that hospital, in that facility. You cannot tell this committee you are waiting for NHIF to pay you for you to pay your security services, for you to pay your power bills. Chairman, what other alternative, and perhaps finance can help you as well?
Chairman and
yes,
fellow senators, this is a going concern. If we have to retain the going concern and the operations are also maintained, you cannot pay debts and stop the operations. So it's cash in. We can make some few payments as we have done, this 7-8 million. But gradually we get the disbursement from NHIF, it will clear the problem of debt. Otherwise, it's a balancing act. It's about to make sure the patients get treated, you have the few drugs, and debtors continue waiting while you pay them.
Chair,
yes,
this issue runs across the country in all counties. Is the COG doing anything to push for these payments from NHIF so that the counties can settle their debts?
We have raised it at the summit, and it's being addressed by the summit, which is intergovernmental between county governments and national government. I think it's being addressed. But you know, we have a cash crunch, so we should understand also as Kenyans.
Governor, before I allow Mark to speak, Governor, you also need to put at the back of your mind that you have on-source revenue from your account here. So find a way of seeing whether you can tap onto alternative stream of revenue to clear, not necessarily the whole debt, but just pay the way you're paying in bits. Just do the same from your other source of revenues. Don't wait for NHIF. If it doesn't come, then you won't pay these people.
Yes, Chairman.
Okay. Mark, you have something on this?
Yes,
Before we
Chair,
proceed?
maybe just to bring to the attention of the committee the trend in payables, because the last financial year it was 9.4 million, this year is 28.8 million. That's a very sharp rise. Maybe management can explain whether this is not a trend that will continue, because if this trend continues, Chair, then you can see where the hospital is headed to. Thank you, Chair.
Governor, comment on what Mark has said?
He's right, but as we said before end of this financial year on this debt, we are going to pay 13 million to KEMSA itself.
Okay. All right. If we are satisfied, auditors, we proceed. So I think that brings us to the end of the query on the hospital. We can go and consider the one for the municipality.
Yes, Chair.
Yes, Auditor.
We had 4 issues. That is for Nyamira municipality. We had 4 qualification issue. We had 6 issue of lawfulness, and we also had 5 issues on effectiveness of internal control, risk management, and governance. And the total number.
Excuse me, Chairman.
Yes, Governor.
The clerk had told the concerned people because of space.
Oh yeah.
To wait outside so that we can address
Just a minute, Auditor. We allow the officials running the municipality to take their seats. Thank you for that clarification, Governor.
Chairman, with me here, I have the municipal manager. Please introduce yourself.
They quickly introduce themselves.
My name is Ernest Mokwa Murara, the municipal manager, Nyamira municipality.
And Chairman, I'm Stephen Oboso, CCM in charge of lands, housing, fiscal planning, and urban development.
Chair, I'm Josephat Gori, Chief Officer Lands, Housing, Fiscal Planning, and Urban Development.
Chair, as I had asked you before, because of my throat, I can hand over to
Waziri.
To Waziri.
Okay.
And be jangling in between the 3 of them.
The other gentlemen behind you, I don't know, they've just walked in. Can they introduce themselves?
Chair, my name is Joseph Ogweche, Accountant Municipality.
Auditor, we can proceed.
Thank you, Chair. As I had mentioned, we had 17 issues, that is paragraph, and out of that we had 4 issues on qualification, 6 issues on lawfulness and effectiveness in internal use of public resources, and 5 issues on report on effectiveness of internal control, risk management, and governance. Out of the 17 issue, 10 were addressed and 7 were not addressed. So with your permission, I can proceed with the ones which were not addressed.
Yes, Auditor, please proceed.
Yeah, the one which was not addressed is under statement of employee cost, and I read: included in the statement of financial performance for the year ended 30th June 2024 is staff cost of Kenya shillings 9,788,374 as disclosed under Note 8 to the financial statement. A schedule for the expenditure included payments of wages to cashier from July 2023 to April 2024 and did not include wages for the month of May and June 2024, amounting to Kenya shillings 661,875, leading to understatement of staff cost by similar amount. In addition, management provided payroll records for cashiers of an amount of Kenya shillings 3,784,594. Payroll records for the balance of the staff cost of Kenya shillings 6,003,780 were not provided for audit verification. Further, the staff cost for permanent staff attached to the municipality were not included in the expenditure for the year ended 30th June. In the circumstances, the accuracy and completeness of staff cost amounting to Kenya shillings 9,788,374 could not be confirmed.
Waziri, your response?
Chief Officer can take off.
Thank you. Management appreciate the auditor's observation that cash wages was understated by Kenya shillings 661,875. This was an error of omission. However, the financial statements has since been amended as per the accrual accounting basis. Payroll records for the balance of the staff costs Kenya shillings 6,003,780 was not availed since by the time of audit we do not have a separate payroll for municipality. However, this financial year 2024-25, from the month of November 2024, the municipality is maintaining its own payroll. Further, management wishes to clarify that the staff costs for permanent staff attached to the municipality are captured in one common payroll, which is maintained by the county executive. Attached is the financial statements from page 18, that's not, sorry, page 13, note 8, and also current municipality payroll.
Auditor, anything?
Chair, we felt that this amendment was done when the certificate has already been issued by the Auditor General. The amendment have been made, but it was read.
Governor, before I allow Senator, Governor, we have a problem with the conduct of your that a very serious exercise as auditing a payroll and staff costs. Information is never available at the time of the audit. And you've seen they've issued a certificate to that extent. Then you want us to come back again and open this audit, Governor. That should not be allowed to proceed. When we are auditing you and these guys are auditing you, all information should be availed. If there's no documentation at that time, at least provide justification as to why that document is not there. And the issue of statements being inaccurate, and somebody comes, you know, when you mention casuals and wages, for those of us who've run public funds in the past, and those who are still running the same, especially auditors, they will tell you this is room for pilfering cash. When you mention casuals vis-a-vis wages, and that information is never available, Governor, that automatically tells you something is wrong. So somebody cannot come and say it was an error of omission, and we've since amended. So casually that you've now seen, this is taxpayers' money. This is almost $1 million, Bob, getting lost. And then you just casually tell us you've amended that statement. That speaks to the incompetence of the staff you have, Governor, in Nyamira. Let me allow my colleagues to weigh in. Senator Mbugwa?
Maybe, Chair, even before we continue interrogating these reports, probably we can interrogate the qualification and the standing of this officer who signed these documents.
The officer who prepared these statements, is he in this committee today? The accountant?
Chair.
You are the one?
Yes.
What is your good name?
Joseph Ogwechi.
Joseph Ogwechi?
Yes.
You're the one who prepared the original statement and the amended one?
Yes.
Okay. What's your ISPAC number?
17572.
And is in good standing? Okay, we will check whether in good standing. He's not. Governor, you see, now you have somebody preparing your financial statements and he's not in good standing with his professional body. And I think Treasury, we made the direction that going forward we will have ISPAC officials sitting in this committee so that they pick these issues. Otherwise, we won't accept statements from professionals who are not accredited and they are not in good standing with their professional bodies. Governor, you should take note of that, Governor.
Chairman,
Unless he has reasons enough.
Hakuna reason.
He has no reason.
He has no reason, and before the...
So do we disown his statements in its entirety?
I would think allow me to deal with them internally. Because the issues you have raised are really genuine.
Governor, we will remind that particular gentleman that there's a law that penalizes you for... Did you prepare these statements or you were just brought to sign them?
I prepared. By the time I was preparing this financial statement, I was in good standing.
Okay.
I think this financial year, I've already raised an invoice for my annual subscription, which to me as accrual I've paid, but the actual money has not gone to this bank.
Okay. So I think even colleagues will need to take note of the fact that sometimes when somebody is not in good standing, it doesn't mean he's professionally negligible or there's a malfeasance on his part. Even as lawyers, for instance, I may not have paid for my subscription this year, so the status would say active but not compliant. So sometimes let's not be so harsh on them. But Governor, please take note. He should not sign statements when he knows he's not in good standing, number one. Number two, he should not prepare original statements that are wrong and then attempt to correct them on his own without referring to journals and verifying the same from the auditors. Because our issue is the auditors did not have a chance to verify what you purport to have amended. So how sure are we you're not cooking figures for the benefit of this committee today, Governor? So Governor, please take strong
Chairman, noted.
administrative actions.
I will.
And we can help you if need be.
Thank you.
Senator Kavindo, you had something?
Yeah, I just wanted to emphasize on the counties giving the documents to the auditors at the right time than just bringing them later. And I think, Chair, it's a high time we start now rejecting those which come later and they go back and they call the auditor to go and verify before they are brought to these committees.
Thank you. Senator Mugwa?
Chair, the municipality is supposed to be autonomous. And I've seen from the governor's response that there are staff who are attached to the municipality. Do we have staff who are permanent staff of the municipality so that this municipality can be operating autonomous?
They were transferred to municipality.
Audit.
Yes, Governor.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Chair, I can confirm that the municipality has a permanent staff, which was done not because of the audit. We have been doing it for previously, but now they have a permanent staff.
Or you maintain your own payroll?
Yes.
Independent from the county government main payroll?
Yes, it was from the month of November 2024.
Okay. So I think auditors, would you want to have a chance to verify the amended documents?
Chair, that can only now be done when we proceed to 2024-2025 financial year. We'll have to look at that amended financial statement so that we can have the correct opening balances. So we have to confirm those journal vouchers, whether they are correct for that, for us now to consider appropriate for the financial statement for 2024-2025 as the opening balances, as the correct opening balances.
Thank you. And let me remind the gentleman there, the accountant, that now you will be held personally liable with the statements that you are tabling before this committee.
Yes,
If
Chair.
they are found to be erroneous, it will be you and not Governor.
Yes,
So
Chair.
Governor, as you want to go take administrative action on your officers, also note we will further be holding them liable, personally liable for these things. Okay?
Chair, even as you tell the governor that the employees will be liable, the governor should take note that he's the CEO of the county of Nyamira. So he's also responsible for their mistakes.
Governor, take note. Okay, fair enough. Auditor, the next issue?
Chair, the next issue is on understatement of, sorry. Yes.
Chair, may I add that this is just a free advice on a governor, that definitely there's incompetence in terms of the officers reliable. So at least there's always some training on ISPAC. So at least they should be training, they should be taken for training. I feel strongly.
Governor is just capacity building for your staffers, which is normal in these entities. Don't give them too much work that they forget to go for trainings. Okay, sometimes it's not their own doing, it is the dictates of the nature of the environment of work. So don't put so much work on them, allow them to also do some training here and there so that they are compliant and competent enough. Okay, Governor? Thank you. Let's proceed, the auditor.
Yes, Chair, under statement of trade and other payable, the statement of financial position as at 30th June 2024 reflect trade and other payable of Kenya shillings 20,905,750 as disclosed in note 16 to the financial statement. A schedule provided of the payable indicated a balance of Kenya shillings 17,602,875, resulting to a variance of Kenya shillings 3,302,875 between the records. In addition, the municipality had not included staff cost for casual for the month of May and June 2024, amounting to Kenya shillings 661,875. The municipality also owed West Mugirango NGCDF an amount of Kenya shillings 2,945,800 for the rent for the period 1st of July 2021 to 30th September 2024. However, the municipality record reflected payable to West Mugirango NGCDF balance of Kenya shillings 396,000. The variance of Kenya shillings 2.5 million, that is 2,549,800 was not explained. In the circumstances, the accuracy and completeness of trade and other payable balance of Kenya shillings 20,905,750 could not be confirmed.
Governor.
Thank you. Management take note of the auditor's observation that staff costs for casuals for the month of May and June 2024 amounting to Kenya shillings 661,875 was not reflected in the financial statement. This was an error of omission. However, the financial statements have been amended. Management wishes to clarify that a schedule provided for payables was Kenya shillings 17,079,216 and not 17,602,875.01 as noted by the auditor. The variance of Kenya shillings 3,826,535 represent retention monies. Further, municipality acknowledged that we owed West 1,800 Kenya shillings for rent for the period of 1st July 2021, 30th September 2024. However, we are planning to pay this amount in this financial year 2024-2025. We have attached also an amended financial statement, invoice from West Mugirango National Government CDF, and payment voucher, and also a list of our pending bills.
Auditor.
Chair, This paragraph is almost similar to the one that we have concluded of amendment to the financial statement after the Auditor General have already certified the financial statement presented. However, I'll still make the same comment during the audit of 2024-2025. We'll have to look at the journal vouchers, verify them, so that we can confirm the opening balance to the financial statement of the current financial year is correct.
Chair,
proceed,
may I have this concern to the auditor? Are you confirming that there is loss of public funds?
Through the chair, I will not say it's actually loss of the public funds, especially it's just a statement of the financial statement, whereby like now the liability for West Mogirango, they had indicated in the financial statement that it is 396,000, whereas it is 2.9 million. So actually there was another statement of 2,549,800. So now the financial statement is, the accuracy of the financial statement is not correct.
Chair, I'm a bit concerned about the competence of the accountant here. How would he just give inaccurate statements to the Auditor General? And this is done repeatedly, Chair. What are we saying as a committee? Are we seated here to be treated to this kind of presentation? Because this is repeated, inaccurate statements by a competent accountant?
I fully associate with your comments, Senator, and I think maybe perhaps I also speak on behalf of many of my colleagues here. For an accountant,
Yes, Chair.
everything is now falling on you.
Remember, yes, Chair, the municipality prepares their financial statements on accrual basis. The county now, the county executive, currently they are doing the same. But previously, from if you see the arrears we have for West Mogirango is from 1st July 2021. This pending bill for West Mogirango has been reported by the county executive, but as municipality we are doing accruals. That is why it was never reflected in the financial statement.
But you don't think this is quite? Is it an independence issue? Are you fairly independent?
I'm not.
And don't be afraid. Say it in front of your governor. We will help you.
I'm not saying that we are not fully independent. It is
fully independent.
I'm not saying so. I'm saying accrual basis and cash basis. But now, since we have amalgamated the same, we'll be doing accrual basis, all of us.
It's a separate query on its own. We'll look at it when we come there. But please don't hide from that fact. And you see, my colleague is questioning your competence. Do we resolve as a committee that you're incompetent? That you should stop continue making these statements on behalf of the county government of Nyamira?
No, Chair. You cannot do that.
But you're not saying anything to the contrary.
But Chair, he cannot also just issue financial errors.
Repeatedly.
Chair, why should he in the first place present inaccurate financial statement to the Auditor General? In the first place, why should you present it?
You know, the feeling, one accountant, is that you are hiding something, both from us and from the auditors. And there's a possibility of lots of funds, you know. That's why you are consistently, and the pattern is every now and then you are giving wrong information originally to the auditors, and then when they are gone, you go, cooks the figures again, then put them back to them because, you know, they have no chance to verify. When they come in 2024 and 2025, they'll be so busy looking at issues now and perhaps forget the prior year issues. So we are seeing a pattern that is not good.
Chair, probably, yes, I think our legal person should read the necessary provision of the rule where the accountant is held responsible for the accounts he is representing, because I think he's not aware, because he thinks the governor will carry everything.
It was read out in the first instance when it was the same guy, to someone else.
To someone else.
Okay. So okay, for his benefit of doubt, let's read for him.
There is, to begin with, there is the PFM, County Government Regulations, Regulation 42, on the accounting officers to exercise budgetary control measure, whereby under paragraph A, an accounting officer shall sign financial statements, thereby making himself or herself responsible for their correctness. And then under the PFM, the Act itself, that is from Section 163, whereby, through you, Chair, at the end of each financial year, that is subsection Section 163 of the PFM, subsection 1 reads that at the end of each financial year, the county treasury shall, for the county government, consolidate annual financial statement in respect of all county government entities in formats that are prescribed by the Accounting Standards Board. And then under Section 164 of the same PFM, on annual reporting by accounting officers, whereby at subsection 1, it reads that at the end of each financial year, the accounting officer for a county government entity shall prepare financial statements in respect of the entity in formats to be prescribed by the Accounting Standards Board. And then under the Part 6 of the PFM on the composition of the Public Sector Accounting Standards Board and its functions, that is under Section 194. Among the functions of the Accounting Standards Board is it is supposed to provide frameworks and set generally accepted standards for the development and management of accounting and financial systems by all state organs and public entities, and shall in particular perform the following functions, among them to set generally accepted accounting and financial standards, to prescribe the minimum standards of maintenance of proper books of account for all levels of government, to prescribe internal audit procedures which comply with the PFM, to prescribe the formats for financial statement and reporting by all state organs and public entities, among other functions, through your chair.
Thank you. Accountant, umesikia maneno?
Nimesikia.
Please be well guided.
Okay.
Please don't mislead the governor, don't mislead the auditors, and don't mislead us. Please, I beg you. I mean, personally, you're a young man, and I know me and you can relate very well. Tafadhali. Auditor, we proceed to the next query.
Thank you, Chair. We can progress to the next one.
Can we go to the one on interest management?
Come again?
Interest management, and then the one on independence. Those two, the rest will adopt their responses. 7.
Yeah. Thank you, Chair. That is weakness in interest management. The statement of financial performance for the year ended 30th June 2024 reflect use of goods and services amounting to Kenya shillings 20,659,589. Included in this expenditure is domestic travel and subsistence amount of Kenya shillings 7,847,600 as detailed under Note 7 to the financial statement. However, an amount of Kenya shillings 1,904,600 of the domestic travel and subsistence expenditure was incurred by the staff member in respect of claims for reimbursement after return to their duty station, contrary to Regulation 93, Part 3 of the Public Finance Management, that is County Government Regulation 2015, that state temporary interest shall be issued mainly in respect of official journeys and are intended to provide officers with funds with which they can meet traveling, accommodation, and incidental expenses. In addition, the municipality did not maintain an updated interest register, contrary to Regulation 93(4)(c) of the Public Finance Management, County Government Regulation 2015. In the circumstances, the propriety of the expenditure on domestic and subsistence allowance of Kenya shillings 7,847,600 could not be confirmed.
Chairman, allow the municipal manager to Municipal Manager, take over.
Thank you, Excellency. Chairman, I want to say that management wishes to clarify that the municipality maintains impress register, and this has since been provided for the audit review. Our management also acknowledges that at the time of the audit, there were claims of reimbursement to officers. This was occasioned by delays in the release of funds from the exchequer. However, moving forward, the management shall be issuing temporary impress to officers in respect of the official Chinese.
Auditor?
Yeah, it's okay if the way the manager has actually explained, if they continue doing that, we'll appreciate. However, the details of the impress register, we could not get all the details pertaining to that impress register because it's only just a part of it was extracted. So we'll confirm the full details concerned. And again, it's also important for the manager to note that the impress register should actually be well documented with the details pertaining to the impress issued, amount, the date of travel, and even the surrender, so that the auditor in summary can be able to pick the impress which have not been surrendered.
Thank you, the auditor. We take note of that. As we move to the next financial year, all that will be taken into account. Thank you.
Manager, do you have an impressed policy? Especially on the question on surrender?
Yes.
After how long does an officer is required to surrender his impressed after travel?
Actually, it is 30 days all on or before he receives another impressed.
It is not 30 days. It should not be 30 days. So your policy already is an issue. Is it documented or is just an in-house policy?
An in-house policy.
It should be 7 days.
It should be. You see, Governor knows. I mean, Governor, your people are failing you, Governor. It was actually 24 to 48 hours.
They're in danger, they're in danger.
Went to 7 days, now it's 30 days. And they're saying it's in-house. Even in mambo yao ya nyumbani. So, manager, please take note. If you don't have one, just go and prepare a proper impressed policy. You can share with the auditors when they come. We can equally get a copy. Just make sure that there is timely surrender of impress. So that this question, because now when you mentioned 7.8 million, this is crazy amounts of figures expended as impress and not accounted for in good time. Okay? Anything from, you had something to say?
Maybe, Chair.
Yes, Doctor.
I think the management of imprest in terms of surrender is under the PFM Act, and it's supposed to be 7 days. It used to be 48 hours, but now it's 7 days after the activity or the safari. So it shall not be 1 month after. Yes, Chair, thank you.
Please, manager, take note. Okay?
Well guided.
Before I allow any other comment, let me allow Senator who just walked in to come on record, our vice chair. And then I think I might be forced to yield this seat.
No, it's okay. You can continue. Senator Eddie Gisheru is my name. Governor, nice to see you. I was in the committee, but I'd rushed to deal with another committee matter. But I'm here now. Thank you to see it with the team. Please, Chair.
Any comment from the senators on the issue of impress? We are all satisfied. If there is none from the senators, we can go to the next issue. I think this is fairly resolved, Auditor.
Chair, I would only ask why, as the municipal management disregarded PFM regulations on the impressed management.
Manager?
Yeah, you see, the BFM Act is all for all government monies, so we use it, we apply it to guide us in the spending of the government monies that we have as a municipality.
I think they asked, why are you not following that act is for government, you are part of government.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what she's asking.
Thank you, Governor. Thank you very much, Governor. You know, Governor, by the way, your people are fighting and they are clamoring for independence, for autonomy, especially financial autonomy. But then they are given that independence and then they are failing to comply with PFM regulations and what the Act says. So why do you want to be independent? So we'd rather hold everything to the governor's office, the executive, than we allow you operate as an extension of the executive. Because we give you powers to spend, and account, but you're not doing that as per the law. What's the point of us giving you autonomy when you don't want to stick to what the law says in matters financial reporting? I mean, this is, even my son, a 3-year-old boy, knows when his dad needs to surrender his imprest when he travels. He knows. So, Governor, please tighten the nuts on your people. I'm not saying you fire them, but please consider doing something along and overhaul a bit.
Chair, may I ask a second one? Do you have an imprest register?
Yes, we do.
Why then are you giving without imprest?
Okay. As I said, Honorable Senator, is that there are delays in terms of releases of exchequers. Sometimes you find a China has come and it's urgent, people have to attend, but you find that we don't have balances in the imprest. So officers go to the journey and do the activity wherever they are going, and then when they come back, they seek for the reimbursement. And that one is the one which sometimes makes a delays in terms of surrender and all that.
So, Auditor, in the interim, we give directions that you interact with that register, make sure all the entries are balancing as you proceed to audit them in the next coming year.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. That was the issue, that the imprest register was not updated. So we'll confirm to that when we go to the audit of 2024-2025, because whatever has actually been attached cannot tell everything pertaining to the imprest register. We need to see the actual document.
Thank you. The next issue?
The
independence one.
Yes, Chair, I'm there.
Yes, proceed.
A lack of independence of the municipality. The municipality of Nyamira was granted municipal charter on 24th September 2018 for the operational independence from the county government of Nyamira. The Urban Areas and Cities Act 2011, Section 9, Part 3 provide for conferment of municipal status. A town satisfy among other criteria demonstrating revenue collection or revenue collection potential, demonstrable capacity to generate sufficient revenue to sustain its operation, and has the capacity to effectively and efficiently deliver essential services to its residents. However, review of the operation of the municipality reviewed lack of autonomy as detailed below. 1. The municipality budget was prepared and controlled by the county executive, and there was no budget approval by the municipality board. The municipality expenditure was controlled by the county treasury and did not have independent operation account. Funds accounted as transferred to the municipality from the county government were expended at the county executive and no actual transfer took place. 3. The municipality payroll is done at the county executive, implying staff are only seconded to the municipality. 4. Collection of revenue is done by the county executive. 6, that is 5. Monies allocated by a county assembly for the purposes of management and services delivery of the board as per Section 43, Part 1A of the Act is not transferred to the municipality. In the year under review, an amount of Kenya shillings 41,446,498 was appropriated by the county assembly for recurrent expenditure, and Kenya shillings 83,305,915 for development expenditure. The money were not transferred to the municipality. This was in contravention of Section 12, Part 1 of the Urban Area and Cities Act 2011, which state that the management of a city and municipality shall be vested in the county government and administered on its behalf by a board constituted in accordance with Section 13 or 14 of the Act. A manager appointed pursuant to Section 28 and such other staff or officer as the county public service may determine. Lack of independence of the municipality was in contravention of Section 20 of the Act on function of the board. In the circumstances, management was in breach of the law. Thank you, Chair.
Chairman, allow me to have the Chief Officer respond.
Thank you, Governor. Chair, our response is that Part A, management wishes to clarify that the budget is prepared by the municipality management, approved by the board, and forwarded the county executive for inclusion in the county budget before forwarded the county assembly as per the attached board minutes. Part B, the county budget includes the municipality budget. Once approved by the assembly, is uploaded into central IFMI system where payment is done. All payments to Nyamira municipality are approved by the manager municipality as the accounting officer in the IFMI system. But Part C, the management appreciates that the payroll was maintained by executive, but as from November 2024, the municipality of Nyamira started maintaining its own payroll. Part D, management take note on auditor's observation that the executive was collecting revenue on behalf of the municipality board. However, currently municipality has taken over the collection of revenue within its jurisdiction. Part E, management wishes to clarify that since the municipality operates through IFMI system, then transfer of funds is not possible. For transfer of funds to happen, the municipality will operate outside IFMI system. We have attached the minutes, the municipality payroll, and also the revenue report. Thank you.
Auditor?
Chair, one thing I can say is that the progress made by the county government of Nyamira is commendable, especially on the area of the payroll and collection of revenue, which were previously domiciled at the county executive. However, there is still room for progress to ensure that complete independence is attained. Thank you.
Chair?
Yes, Senator.
I would wish that Mark Gashanja comments on that response.
Since Mark, you have a proper
unless
comment.
You want it to be repeated.
Chair, I think there are several violations of the Urban Cities Act, Chair, when he says that the Urban Cities Act provides autonomy to the board to determine the budget. But if you're saying it's now brought to the executive to decide, then the autonomy is not clear on that. So I think those are areas that, I don't know if that's a policy or that's how you do it in Nyamira, because I think you need to align it to the spirit and the letter of the Urban Cities Act. Thank you.
Also, the Chair, if you don't mind, I would wish that the National Treasury also comment about the issue that has been talked about with regard to separation of IFMIs. The burden of IFMIs not allowing that autonomy of financial. I just want the National Treasury to comment on that.
Yes, Dr.
Unless you are listening to the, I wanted him to perhaps repeat what you just said on the response. Okay? Can you read your response again?
Okay, thank you very much. On you have asked on two issues. The first one on the board on preparing its own budget. Yes, they do, and it's approved by the board. And then the county executive only includes it in its entire budget.
Just read the response as you had read it.
Okay, management wishes to clarify that the budget is prepared by municipality management, approved by the board, and forwarded the county executive for inclusion in the county budget before forwarded the county assembly as per the attached board minutes. Okay, the other one on IFMIS, it's part E. Management wishes to clarify that since the municipality operates through IFMIS system, then transfer funds is not possible. For transfer funds to happen, the municipality will operate outside IFMIS system.
National Treasury. Chair, I'm yet to understand, because what they are saying is that already they are operating under IFMIS. Then they say if they transfer funds, they will be out of IFMIS. So maybe you can clarify that. I may not understand what they...
So you're in IFMIS, but when it comes to transfer of funds, you want to go off IFMIS government.
I think it should be made clear that the manager has access to IFMIS. So when there's fund, he can pay directly. Because as a government entity, cannot operate outside IFMIS. But the transfer directly or budget is not possible because we receive in installments.
Governor, you know, before you answer it and before you proceed, Governor, you know, you have an entity called the County Assembly that has sat, appropriated funds, and approved that those funds should go to the municipal board. And then you, as the governor or your executive, fails to sanction that approval, whether on IFMIS or outside IFMIS, I don't want to know. But then again, it is a serious violation on your part, Governor, that you're not sending funds to the board. Eddie, please proceed with the question.
We do send because it comes in installments.
It is an audit query, Governor.
Governor.
But you didn't send.
Governor, does the municipality have an account?
Of course, yes.
Do all the transactions that happen in that account, are there some that are exempted to go through IFMIS?
No.
No, isn't it?
Yes.
So what is this that the response is telling us? Okay, that the excuse for transferring funds, especially that deal with payroll to municipality, that then will get out of IFMIS, doesn't make any sense. The truth here is that the executive, Governor, you look like you actually convinced that the municipality is actually independent, that you get their money. So it seems like your team is the one that has got this dogma of operating the funds outside your realm, because it seems like you and the gentleman is, I didn't get your name because I came a little bit late.
The chief officer.
You're the chief officer. You know, you're saying something different from what the governor is saying. Are you aware?
Yes, yes.
You're aware you're saying something different from what the governor is saying.
Whatever governor
So the executive have got a different operation of the accounts of Nyamira from what the chief executive has. That's what you're seeing. Because the governor is saying that the money should be transferred to the account of the municipality, and because they already have IFMIS, they should just go ahead and transact. You are telling us you cannot transfer that money to the account of the municipality, because if you do that, they will operate outside IFMIS. So then you are saying, you're confirming that the money for the municipality is being transacted from CRF directly.
Thank you very much. I think from the statement, that part E, management wishes to clarify that since municipality operates through the IFMIS. It's only that the second statement that has an error. Sorry for that.
I'm asking you a very simple question. Is the money that has been allocated to the municipality going through the account of the municipality as we're speaking right now?
Yes, as governor indicated, it goes through.
Is that true, auditor?
I don't think it's true.
It's not true. So the governor is running his own numbers and municipality. The governor is very sure that, I don't know how this country is running. The county treasury is operating something very different from what the governor is operating. Because you can see the confidence of the governor. The governor is so confident that the municipality has got its budget, its account, and is running its account with IFMIS. You are saying...
And he has IFMIS rights.
But the auditor has got a different thing which is mirroring what you're saying. So who is refusing to give the autonomy to the municipality? Is it the county treasury or is it the governor?
Maybe we have the CFO here. She's been characteristically very silent. Can she comment on that one? Daktari. I think the name was Dr. Somebody.
Okay, thank you, Chair. Well, the municipality operate. My name is Asenath Maube. So how municipality operates is it's like a department within the executive, just like the other departments. And so when the budget is made, which is one for everyone, including the assembly, they have their own unique code that goes to the IFMIS system. And so whenever they are transacting whatever they're doing, they just use the IFMIS and they're able to requisition for whatever funds they need. However, we have a few grants that are run by municipality, and these ones, they require that municipality should have a commercial bank that is besides the main county funds. And so whenever those grants come, first we requisition for UIG, UDG, whereby the manager is the accounting officer and a signatory.
Just grant me 2 minutes, and don't say it, please. You are the CFO or the CEC?
Chief officer.
You are the Chief Finance Officer?
Not Chief Finance Officer, Chief Officer Finance.
Chief Officer Finance?
Yes.
For the county?
Yes.
And who is the CEC? CEC, CEC and Chief of Section 169, they must go to the municipality's account. And you can't say that that one would make the municipality not run under IFMIS because it's a government entity. That's a fundamental requirement. So you are doing something wrong by the law, and because of time, Chair, I wanted to request that just recommend you go and immediately, not 7 days, not 10 days, because this is just an execution. Go and comply with Section 169 all the way to 181 of the PFM Act, and then go and comply with Section 25, 20, 40, 45, and 46 of the Urban Areas and Cities Act, because you're not complying. And by the way, for you, the CEC, you are the county treasury technically. You know that. For you as the CEC, for finance, there is actually a fiduciary responsibility on you under Section 175. I don't know why you're not writing these things, because next time when they come here and you violate them, we'll just do what the requirements is needed of actually charging you. Go and read Section 175 of the PFM Act on your responsibility to actually make sure that these municipalities run autonomously. None of those is complied with. Simply put, go and comply with those. Chair, I submit.
Thank you, Senator. Governor, what Senator is saying and what most of us are saying, I think we agree with you. From looking at you, your body and spirit, you want this municipal to be as independent as possible. That is your proposal and your idea. But then again, your officers, being the Chief Officer Finance and the CEC and the managers, do not want this to happen. Please allow this municipal to operate independently, because the law allows you to do that. My colleague has cited many sections of the PFM Act. There are many other sections under the Urban Areas and Cities Act as well. You can look at those sections, Section 12, Section 20, 45, and 46. It gives you guys the mandate to cede these functions to the municipal boards. It shouldn't be a department in your department. And the governor is very clear on it. Governor wants you guys to operate independently. Okay? So let's not belabor a lot on this issue.
Chair, before you make the ruling.
Yes, Senator.
Following on the concerns raised by the auditor, I would request that we remind Nyamira County to give time frame when they are going to actualize the independence of the municipality. Thank you, Chair.
It's fairly weighty, Governor. timelines within which the boards will be fully independent.
I request you give us until the end of this financial year, so that when we close the financials, we will have been compliant.
That's okay, Governor. I think that's fair enough. Please make sure that happens. I can see you really want it done even today. When you go back, make sure it happens. Auditor, has the issues been addressed to your fair opinion?
The issue of lack of independence of Nyamira Municipal, that is municipality, is very weighty, and even the more information which have been given by the senators is commendable, because if at all our friends from Nyamira, if they have noted all those clauses and they adhere to them, I think we will not come up, we will actually not raise this issue again. We will let the matter there, if they can act on the direction given by this committee. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. In the interest of time, Governor, I know you've come from far, and some of us would want to also participate in our prayer session. I've actually sat beyond my prayer time. I will allow senators to make, why are you laughing, guys? I'll allow senators to make a quick final remarks before I invite the governor to make his final remarks, and then we call it a day for today. Senator Kavindu?
Thank you, Chair. My final remarks is that when they appear again to this committee, we should not see the auditor's report being followed by documents later. All documents should be given to the auditor at the ground, and the final report appear here signed. Thank you.
Senator Hamida.
Oh, I should just say it's unfortunate, Bwana Governor, that your team is letting you down. I can sense some incompetence, and they require a lot of capacity building. It's really unfortunate that the governor is really trying. Like, you know, I don't even have much to deliver on the transfer of allocated funds, you know, to the from the county assembly by a county assembly, and it has not, you know, been transferred to the other, like what my colleagues have mentioned. So it is unfortunate. That team has to, should I say, change. It should. Let me put it this way, boldly, that when Governor, you yourself have realized how incompetent your team is. So just take it upon yourself, either change them or work on them. As simple as that. Thank you.
Governor, a lot of issues have been raised by the auditor and the committee, and I'm sure a letter from our clerk will follow on the issues raised. When you appear here in a year's time, Governor, maybe the first issue you are going to prosecute is how you've addressed those issues. And so before we proceed to other issues which maybe will arise. And even as we head there, Governor, maybe through you, I think you need to enhance your budget on capacity building, because clearly the staff are wanting in so many areas. And that one, when you do capacity building, probably when you come here, we'll be able to prosecute the issues faster. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. I would only say thank you so much to the governor and your team. However, as you have heard from my colleagues, I would request you, as the ODM Women League president, and by extension, broad-based, please go and crack the whip on those who are not doing their work perfectly. They are letting you down. Thank you.
There is anything?
Not really, Chair.
Governor, please, your final remarks.
Thank you, Chairman, and the honorable senators. I think we have had a very, very good engagement today, which is enriching. Where the weaknesses are, we have been able to point out with a green heart. We don't take anything bad because it's only for the sake of improvement. And I promise you, I'll do something. I'll do something. That's my promise. And I think what we have said we will address, and we'll adhere to the law. Thank you so much.
Before I let you off the seat, last time you were here, you only had one water company. We didn't have a chance today to look at it. I don't know, you are directed by this committee to go and set up the Nyamira Water and Sanitation Company. Maybe a brief comment on how far you've gone on that one so that the committee can appreciate the steps you've made.
We came here with a request. We had an abusive marriage with the partnership of Usi Water, and we agreed to divorce. We have done the clustering. We are ready for a general meeting which will endorse the separation. I think very soon we'll be doing that. That is within 2-3 weeks.
Thank you, Governor, for that update. We are still very keen on that matter. We hope the people of Nyamira will be able to get water efficiently and in good time. So please continue with those efforts towards stepping it up. Hopefully when you come back here, you will give us good progress report on the same. And on the issue of the independence, please don't wait for the 6 months to come to elapse. Just write to us formally, just telling us, Bwana CC, that you fully given independence to the board. We will be happy when that happens. Otherwise, asanteni sana, and thank you for your time, Governor. There's a lot of tea. You don't have to pay. It's paid by Parliament. You can have some tea.
Chairman, this is lunch hour.
Unfortunately, we can't afford lunch. Karibuni sana, Mungu abariki. The meeting is officially adjourned.